Welcome to part two of my tribute to James Kelly. Well, when we would travel from Columbus, Ohio to Millersburg, Kentucky, wow, Millersburg, Kentucky was very small. You could be doing 65 miles an hour on that highway, and then you'll see a sign that says, Welcome to Millersburg, with the speed limit 40. By the time you adjusted your speed, you were out of the city limits. Now, our grandparents, the Taylors, they were the only African American family that lived on Main Street. And they lived in a two-story white house. And the porch was as wide as the house. And they had all kinds of chairs sitting on the porch. Little chairs for little children, big chairs and things like that. And the door was right in the middle of the house. And some summers we would, matter of fact, I remember being a teenager, a young teenager, and I was sitting out on the porch with James. It's hard for me to call him James because I always call him Ikey. But anyway, I was sitting out there on the porch with James as a young teenager. Now, we're close in age. James was born May the 5th, 1947, and I was born November the 9th, 19. Wait a minute, he was born in 46, May the 5th, 1946, and I was born November the 9th, 1947. So that's a year and a few months apart. So we were dreaming. We were dreaming about our future, and we both wanted to travel the world. We wanted to see the world. And James wanted to see the world. He wanted to be rich. He wanted to play pro sports. And in myself, I wanted to travel the world. And I wanted two children. I wanted a boy and a girl, and I wanted to be 5 years apart. I mean, that's what my goals were. And of course, he achieved his goals and much more. Now I travel the world, and I have two children, a son and a daughter, and they are 5 years apart. But maybe I should have my goal should have been rich because I could use rich about now. Anyway, um, I basically kind of kept up with what he was doing through the family because our Aunt Clarine and Uncle Pig, they lived in Columbus, Ohio too. And they would come by and they would tell me, well, James graduated from high school. He's gone to the University of Lexington, or excuse me, Louisville, and he's playing pro sports. I said, wow, he's on track. And then the last thing I heard from the family was that he moved to San Diego, California with his father. Well, by that time, I was late up in my teens, and I had gotten married at 20 and um, start traveling. So the next time I saw him was at Torrejon Air Force Base in Madrid, Spain. My husband and I, in 1973, and our 3-year-old son went to the movie. And it was a martial art movie. And it was Enter the Dragon, 1973 in Spain. And I see this image. I said, wow, that looks like Ike. I mean, he had big hair. I never seen him with big hair before. He was always more a Caesar, a short and everything. So I never seen him with pork chops and big hair. I said, that looks like Ike. It sounds like Ike. Wow. So we waited till the credits to roll down because I want to make sure that that's him. And Jim Kelly, I said, okay, Jim Kelly, fine, that's Ike. And so, later on through the years, as my children grew up, I told them about James, and they got interested in martial arts. Matter of fact, they were under the tutelage of Kozai Harris in Columbus, Ohio, where both my daughter and my son studied. Let me see, what was that? I'm having a senior moment. It wasn't kung fu. It was I'm having a senior moment. Let me see. It wasn't Kung Fu. It was, oh, I forgot now. Senior moments I have. Sometimes I have memory loss. I can't find my glasses. And you probably noticed by now I lost my teeth too. I don't know where it is. My glasses, my teeth, and my cell phone I lose constantly. That's why I got a home phone. I know where this thing is right here, and it is not going nowhere. But anyway, back on track. Yes, they studied under Taekwondo. That was it. Hey, Taekwondo under Kozai Harris in Columbus, Ohio. And so, anyway, let me fast forward this. Just last week, my daughter called me because she was watching a martial arts movie with her husband, and she called me and she said, "What was Ike's real name?" And I tried to think, Ike. Oh, James. James, not Taylor, James Kelly, and she said, okay, and she got online and to find out, and she found out that he died. And then she called me back. She said, Mom, he died 3 weeks ago. I said, he did? you know. And of course, no one could contact me to tell me because the family that I knew, they were all older. Everybody's deceased, and I couldn't look anybody up when I wanted to. Much years earlier, because I knew everybody by their nickname. I mean, our aunt was Aunt Clarine. She was in Columbus, Ohio. His Uncle Pig in Columbus, Ohio, but they're all died. And even my Aunt Clarine's son was named Pokey, and Pokey's son was named Chip, and I never knew their real names. I couldn't remember that. So, wow. Anyway, but one thing for sure, um, that James Kelly is in God's care. And I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.